how to manually do it. Like, should we have a Google Sheet where we type it in, or like, I don't know, even what do you think?
I would personally say that I would not recommend doing it manually at all. I
Hmm.
think that, to be honest, I think it's almost impossible to do correctly manually these days because ultimately what you would need to do is you would need to take each individual order. You would need to find out where it was shipped from in terms of which warehouse at Amazon or eBay it was shipped from. You would need to work out the country that it went to. You would need to know the type of product that it is. You would need to know if the marketplace or you are that responsible. And then you would also need to account for all of your fees and work out the tax rates on all those things. And if you were going to do that for every single order individually, then even if you're only doing, say, 100 orders a month, relatively new seller, that's a lot of hours you're going to be spending on doing that. And still, like, there's the chance that you might drag the formula down wrong in your spreadsheet or you type in the wrong number and now nothing balances and now you're back to square
Mm,
one. So I think that for me, that's the reason why our pricing starts at just £13 a month because for small sellers, it's really important to get this right from the beginning as well. And so we understand that big businesses who save lots and lots of hours on this, and it's really important that they get it accurate because otherwise they can end up paying too much tax. That can be a big cost to them, and therefore there's a lot of value to be had. So we can charge a slightly higher fee. But for the small businesses that are just they would rather do this manually, but they just don't have the time, then we have products for them as well. So they can come in and they can use Link My Books and they can start with a free trial and see how good it is.
mm.
And then it, as I say, starts at just £13 a month for small sellers. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think I would recommend using a spreadsheet at all.
yeah, yeah. Sounds like too many touch points.
Too many ways for it to go wrong.
Yeah. All right, cool, man.
And really,
So,
as a new
yeah.
business, you should be focusing on growing your business, not looking in the rearview mirror all the time at your bookkeeping.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point as well. I've speaking with people here and there, and I feel like those who are able to, I would say, yeah, be also successful, profitable, but also those who are just beginners and are actually able to kind of start and grow and then become profitable. It's like speed, man. How quickly kind of people get to the most important things within what they're trying to do. So, of course,
100% agree.
just my observation. Of course, it's
Yeah,
good to
yeah.
be to check things and to make things not just to rush into things cluelessly. Yeah, it's not about that. It's about actually knowing what's going on, but getting to doing faster. So then, yeah, in sense of like accounting and doing e-commerce, in e-commerce as a seller myself, yeah, we're trying to eventually grow the sales. We're trying to launch some new products so we can potentially have more sources of income, small sources of income in the form of a product on Amazon. And it seems like when time is put there, then money comes kind of faster and results come faster. And then, yeah, of course, we do some tasks that maybe are not as useful for growth. So first, I think when we identify them, then we can see if we can automate them or remove them or have someone else do them, right? And then
The
we
thing
try
is, it's
to, yeah,
2025, isn't
yeah.
it? It's like
Mm,
we've got AI, we've got all sorts of automation tools out there. Like
yeah,
every part of your business, you should be thinking about, like, can I do this with AI? Can I do this with a software so that I can spend more time on the strategic
strategic, yeah.
growth side of the business? And I think that even as a small seller, like strategic growth might sound like, oh, well, that's something that big corporations do, but it doesn't
Uh,
need to be. Like, it just means that you take a step back from your business, you have a look at the relevant data sources, which are automatically populated by your automations that you've built. You basically just think about, okay, this is where I'm making my money, and these are my most successful marketplaces, and these are the metrics that I want to do something about this month. I want to
yeah,
reduce my refund ratio. So I want to have a look at what is it that's driving my refunds, do a bit more of a deep dive on that. Whereas if you're too busy manually doing your bookkeeping, then one, you won't have the time to even do that. And two, you might not even realize that your refund ratio is out of whack. So I think
mm,
it's about spending your time wisely on the parts of your business that you can actually move the needle.
yeah. Well said, man. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and again, based on experience, you're building a software company, you build e-commerce stuff, and you know what you're doing. So yeah, thanks for sharing your
I hope
knowledge with
so.
us. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, if we go into more philosophical thinking, also, what do we know, and whatnot, like we can go
Yeah,
really deep.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in like material results, seems like in terms of the company, you have jobs, people help you, and people work with you, and
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
culture getting together. This is real result. But yeah, so again, in the description, a free trial of Link My Books to try it out, 14 days. Coupon code 50% off for 3 months. I think it's pretty good coupon code also. And we have tutorials that show how to use Link My Books.